Greetings, and thank you for joining the weekly meditation of Calgary Mindfulness, where every Sunday morning we meditate for 15 minutes on a different topic, often suggested by our practicing community. If you would like to join these meditations live, or if you would like to attend in-person meditations around the Calgary area during the summer months, please email calgarymindfulness@gmail.com. I hope you enjoy this practice and wishing you a wonderful week. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our weekly Sunday meditation. We'll begin with a basic mindfulness practice, and then I will guide us through an inquiry regarding happiness and suffering. Let's begin by breathing deeply in and out. And exhale, noticing the rise and fall of the torso as we continue to breathe. Noticing the sound the breath makes. Noticing the way the breath feels. The rise and fall of the torso. Let's do that again. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Noticing both the sound of the breath and the way it feels in the body. And just bringing our focus down to a very basic task. Actively giving ourselves permission to shut off all the rest of the stuff that needs to be done today. We've got this short time together where we can really put those other responsibilities on the shelf. And again, inhaling deeply, noticing how the torso lifts, and exhale. Pay attention to the sound of your breathing and the slight, gentle movements of the body as the torso falls. Stretching out our awareness to notice other sounds in our room. Maybe you hear a furnace or a fan or a cat. And stretching out our awareness further and further. What else can we hear in our homes, out on the streets? Just cataloging all these sounds that we take for granted. As we continue to inhale and exhale, noticing the lift of the face into a smile. Relaxing the face and hands. And observing the many things around us that catch our attention with their noise. They signify all the lives at play, all the busyness in our world. Notice how relaxing it feels to take a step back and observe. Notice how relaxing it feels not to be one of the busy things rushing around. And as we continue to inhale and exhale, we'll call to mind our mantra for the day, basically. Just exploring our own personal happiness. As we continue to breathe in and out, enjoying our bodies, the torso, the sounds, the sights. Right now there's giant snowflakes falling. It's quite beautiful to look at. Let's call to mind all the things that are stewing in the background, the things we think we need to be happy. The personal things, how we look, with whom we're relating. The familial things, how we need to change relationships or circumstances. Similarly, in our professional worlds and in the public world, maybe we think everything's gone sideways and now what? So look at all those things that we think we need to have before we can be happy, before we can be loving, before we can be open-hearted and vulnerable. And we just invite those thoughts to arise, and we observe them and allow them to pass. As we continue to breathe in and out, noticing the rise and fall of the torso, listening to the sound of the breath. Let's call to mind the things we think we need to be happy personally. Maybe it's to look different or to have different things. What would it feel like to let that go? What would it feel like to give ourselves permission to love ourselves exactly as we are? Let's envision the care, the respect, the love, the joy that our loved ones experience in our company. They don't need us to change to be lovable. So it is possible to let go of what we choose to hold us back with. Let's expand this thought out to our families and more intimate circle. What do we need to let go of in order to give ourselves permission to feel safe, to feel successful, to feel like the seeds for a solid, joyful future have been planted? What do we think we need to feel respected and cherished and loved? And maybe how is that different from what we are actually experiencing in our primary relationships? What does it feel like to let that go and know that we are already loved without needing someone to prove it all the time in the way we want? And as we visualize letting go of the things that our grievances that we hang on to kind of hold us back from being loving and receiving love, as we visualize letting go of those grievances, noticing the ease and clarity and joyfulness that could potentially be ours if we choose to let go of this stuff. We may have just a fleeting glimpse of what it feels like, but man, it feels good, before we settle back into holding our grievances. And of course, the more we practice this vision, the easier it gets to hold those feelings and to feel those feelings of ease, clarity, self-worth, self-love, self-respect, and that those things can fill our bucket. Let's expand this meditation into our professional worlds, our colleagues, our supervisors, our job prospects. What do we think we need to be happy, respected, to feel successful, to feel like we've done enough, we've given enough, we've been recognized enough? What do we think we need? Now visualize letting go of all that and enjoying our professional lives just as they are. Visualize what it feels like to amplify moments of joy and ease and fulfillment in our professional lives. And to let go of the grievances where we feel disrespected. Let's expand this practice out into our public worlds. Noticing what bothers us most about the public world. This politician, these actions, this lack of understanding, this direction. Noticing who we demonize, who we make an enemy. Are we able to see those people as just simple humans making choices that we wouldn't? Are we able to feel our common humanity with those figures? Let's call to mind any actions we take in our own communities to bring about the change we wish to see in the world, where we help and share love and kindness with people who aren't our own family members, perhaps with vulnerable people, seniors, refugees, children. Think about our own work in these communities and how our own actions have made a difference in the lives of others. And how rewarding that is. What a rewarding seed that is to plant. Visualize being able to focus on our own communities and where we can provide help rather than big situations that are out of our control. What's it feel like to let go of the sense that there's a demon and enemy in the public after us? Releasing that fear and hatred. And breathing deeply to enjoy the ease that gives when we bring it back to our local life. What difference am I making here and now? Over the week, I invite you to take up this practice. Notice as we feel resentment or grievance against anyone in any of those 4 circles, and observe what it feels like to release it, to just take one breath and let go of expectation. I think that's where we all have to start. We can't fix it all overnight. Thank you for joining with me today in this meditation. Great to see you again, Jamie. Wishing everyone a wonderful week. Bye-bye.